From time to time, brands will send me products to review, and they usually do this because they think their products are pretty good. So today, I got a package from Tapmee. This is their matte black kitchen faucet, which generally retails for under $100 on Amazon. Right now, it's on sale for $55.99. And we're going to dive into this and see, is it any good? So whenever I receive a product, the first thing I look at is the packaging. You can tell that this is a very plain black on cardboard packaging, but that is not necessarily a bad thing. What that tells me is this brand does not spend a lot of money on their packaging or their labeling. It's not a fancy retail package like you see at your Home Depot or your Lowe's or your big box stores. No, and hopefully what that means is a lot of times these brands will spend a little bit more time and money on the products than the packaging. So let's get into this. All right, first thing you see is this is packaged pretty well. It's in styrofoam, and look at that. The instructions come with, I don't know if you can make that out. They come with little white gloves. So you can, whoever's installing it can give you a white glove installation. Everything has its own little compartment inside the box here. So we've got, this is the counterweight. This is the part that goes underneath the sink. It installs on the hose and it pulls your head back. When you pull, you'll pull the spray out. This is the part that creates the gravity effect that pulls it back down or pulls it back up. It also comes with a 3-hole faucet cover. If you're pulling out an old style kitchen faucet and replacing it, this is going to come in handy because this is just a single handle faucet. However, if it is a new installation or if it's a remodel where you're getting a whole new countertop or something like that, you probably won't need this piece, but it's there if you do. Now, first thing you'll notice right here is, oh, we got a screw loose. That's all right. These screws right here, what these do is these, once you install it, after you install it, you'll tighten these up. And these are what's going to hold that bracket in place. Your countertop will be here. These do come with a standard issue 3/8 connection right here. So if you do have a 3/8 connection, you're fine. If you need to adapt, 3/8 compression thread is what these are. The spray head is plastic. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing because a lot of them are these days. And it has 2 settings for a regular spray or like a wide, like a vegetable spray. Or if you're watering your flowers, you're going to use that. And then it's got this little pause button right here. So if you want to wash, pause real quick without turning the water off and then turn it back on again. That's what that 3rd button is right there. You got 1, 2, 3. When you pull this out, the first thing you notice right here on the edge of the head is you've got this articulating joint, this ball right here, this ball joint. And the reason this is here is there's a lot of manufacturers out there, even today, that still do a solid connection here. But the problem you run into there is when you pull the faucet head out and you go like this to start spraying things down and whatnot, you're creating stress on where the hose meets the head. By putting this ball joint in here, this manufacturer and a few others are able to have less wear and tear on the heads, less likely to fail. So that is an impressive addition right here. Usually with cheap faucets, you don't get that. Usually with your less expensive faucets, you don't get that. Another thing is this braided hose. Now this braided hose, I've talked about it before, and that is becoming a little bit more standard, but there's still some faucets out there that use the old linkage style hoses, and that is just not very efficient at all. I'm pleased to see that they do that because those old linkage style faucets, not only do they sound horrible, but they tend to separate over time. This is going to last you longer, and it's going to just be a nicer user experience. That hose, once it goes all the way through, it attaches to your standard issue quick connect right here. Just snaps right in. Look at that. I did that one-handed. And you can release it. Boom, one hand. The body of the faucet feels like it's a metal possibly a thin brass, but more likely it's like a zinc or an aluminum composite metal of some kind. The manufacturer's paperwork did not really indicate. This is a cool feature right here. When you look at the handle, they actually have the company name right here. So in 10 years' time, when it's time to change out this cartridge on the inside, you don't have to do any detective work or remember where you bought it or anything like that. So it's going to be a lot easier for you to hunt down a part. Because that's the one thing about machines, is machines always break eventually, and you will eventually need parts. Your car will eventually need a new belt or oil change. It's just a fact of life. And then, of course, the instructions, which I mentioned, come with these nice little white gloves for a white glove installation. Check that out. Plain English, easy peasy. You got some very useful pictorials there. Yeah. It even talks about protecting your finish here. So this is just a powder coat black finish, which I've talked about in other videos before. This faucet is definitely worth your consideration. I could see somebody putting this in a vacation home, in a rental, or basically just if you're looking to invest a minimum amount of money, house flip, for example, or you're about to sell your house but you want to put in something nice, I would do that. Or just somebody looking to do a simple upgrade without breaking the bank. Let me know in the comments below, what kitchen faucet do you have? What kitchen faucet do you wish you had? Have you bought this particular one? How did it work out for you? I'm curious. Let me know. Thanks for watching. I hope you got some good information out of that episode. Go ahead and click here for more videos. Go ahead and click here to subscribe. And make sure you check out the description below for relevant links to some of the products that we discussed today. And leave your comments and questions down below because I love answering them. As always, I'll see you in the next one.